NEXA Mortgage is a pure broker. What does that mean? That means we don't have our own money. We use other lenders.
Matter of fact, we're the largest pure broker in the nation with over 150 wholesale lenders.
We're the fastest growing mortgage company in the nation also. We've gone from 4 to 1,300 loan officers in less than 4 years.
We're in 48 states, District of Columbia, Puerto Rico. We've applied for Massachusetts, and next in line are Guam and the Virgin Islands. Maybe someday New York.
Maybe someday. Which makes us the #1 broker in the United States by far. We'd like to go through some of the reasons why NEXA is the right place for loan officers. First and foremost, low rates.
Because of how many loan officers we have, we've got excellent volume discounts. We've got the lowest rates out there, really can't be beat, because we have 150 lenders competing for your client's business.
And since it's not just the millennials that are out there shopping you these days, and I know everybody likes to say, well, I serve my customer and they're not concerned about rates, we see that that just isn't the case.
Typically, they're going to be shopping you before they even reach out. And at that point, service matters. But before then, they really are shopping rates.
And speaking of service, with one of our primary lenders, UWM, we last month did over 1,300 loans and still average 13 days clear to close. I know I say that to real estate agents and they're like, what? I say that to loan officers, they're like, what? Yes, average 13-day clear to close with UWM.
We're a pure broker, 100% transparency, and you'll hear that over and over again in this video.
Right. So what we mean by 100% margin transparency is that you know exactly what the broker is making on your efforts. Unlike a correspondent lender or a bank where you have no idea how much your bank or your organization is making off of your efforts, you do here at NEXA. 100% transparency.
Right. And you have the choice. Because of how Matt and Mike have formulated the company, you have the choice. You can go borrower paid or lender paid. If you need to reduce the rate a bit, you can actually reduce it, go borrower paid. Next loan, you can go lender paid. It is completely up to you.
And you don't have to ask permission to do that either.
Exactly. Because we have so much volume, our interest rates are lower than anyone else's, which means we can include the underwriting fees in the interest rate and have box A empty. No junk fees.
Right. We have literally thousands of products with these 150 lenders.
We can work with borrowers with sub 580 FICO scores.
In fact, you can go down to 350. Don't know that I recommend it, but you can.
Not going to be an easy one, but
Nope. Down payment assistance, we've got many to choose from.
investor, stated income, no docs, fix and flip, hard money.
In fact, I do get loan officers that ask me all the time if we have hard money lenders, and we do.
DSCR, interest only. If you want it, we've got it. If we don't have it, just ask Mike and Matt. They can probably get it added to our
list. Excuse me. Self-employed, bank statement, so all the non-QM stuff that you would expect.
Individual, so the I-10 loans, individual tax ID number, and DACA programs, yes.
Got those.
1 day out of foreclosure and bankruptcy, yes.
Dr. NEXA.
Go ahead.
So Dr. NEXA, obviously there's a lot of professionals that come out of school with a whole lot of debt, but they have a high earning potential. So we have programs where we can work with those that have a high DTI because they just got out of school.
With high earning potential. We can do manufactured loans, single wide. We can also do one-time construction loans. Several lenders do the one-time construction.
We have nationwide high balance and jumbo loans.
Commercial, reverse mortgages, and HELOCs.
Right. So it doesn't matter what you want to do, you can find a loan here. Now, not only do we have very low interest rates, but we also give high compensation at the same time. Basically, it goes like this. You can choose whichever you'd like, but we're encouraged to take the highest rate. So if you choose 275 basis points, you're going to get 220 basis points for everything you do between 0 and 3 million. Anything you do between 3 million and 5 million, you get 250 basis points, and anything above 5 million, get this, you get the entire 275 basis points. NEXA is no longer making anything off of you once you've gone above 5 million.
Anything you produce over 5 million, you get 100%.
That's right.
You can choose 275 bips broker comp, or you can choose down to 125. It's up to you. You'll find, surprisingly enough, that even at 275 bips, our rates are better than anybody else out there.
That's right. But yes, if you are in a very competitive market, you can lower that down to say 175 or 150 so that you can compete even better in some of those markets like San Francisco or San Diego where prices are so expensive.
Exactly, and you can change your rate every 90 days. If you want to be at 275 and you decide you want to market to a different clientele or a different area, you can lower your rate, change it to something else 90 days later. It's the luxury we have with NEXA. Amazing.
Yep. Now, most people understand that when they come into a broker environment, they're losing support. Not the case with NEXA. We have been a live Zoom room company now for 4 years. When you need something, you go to the live video support room and you are talking to somebody at corporate, for instance.
HR, onboarding, compliance, licensing, they're available during regular business hours, 5 days a week, Zoom sessions.
That's right. And loan officer support is also available for about half day on Saturdays.
Right.
Right?
We'll get to that.
Okay. But you can get in and talk to them. Again, nobody's hiding behind a voicemail. You don't leave a voicemail at 10 o'clock in the morning hoping that somebody will get back to you before 4:30 at night. You go into a live environment. If somebody's in front of you, you see them in the Zoom room, you wait until they're done, and you're the very next one to talk to the support people that you need at corporate.
Payroll, everything.
Right.
Okay, NEXA University. Very exciting. When we have scheduled training events, we've got a link so you can go straight into the NEXA University. In addition to that, we have the shared drive. The NEXA shared drive is a powerful resource with thousands of videos, thousands of documents from the lenders to different videos for how-to with specific lenders, with specific products. It's an amazing resource. It's available to you 24/7.
That's right. And newly launched to the rest of the world, we've had it for a while, Loan Officer Support. Yes, we have a website now called, get this, loanofficersupport.com. And on that website, you will find our seasoned loan officers. You'll find many account executives from some of the best lenders that we've got. In fact, you can even go out there and get an insurance quote from an insurance broker. So there's a lot of resources there for loan officers. And again, this is not NEXA specific. Any one of you can go to loanofficersupport.com right now, go in there and ask about a loan, ask about insurance, ask about a specific lender. All of that is there, and it's there for you for free. It's kind of NEXA's way of giving back to the community.
Correct. And by the way, if you don't happen to have a license in a state where somebody's approached you and they want to do a loan, all you have to do is pass it off to somebody else in loan officer support, and you actually get a part of the loan proceeds. So it's actually a way to be able to pass on
Leads.
So it's a way to pass on leads and still get some compensation for it, which is also powerful.
Yep. Processing. I'll let you talk about that one.
Okay. Secured Mortgage Processing is a sister company. It's not part of NEXA, but it's a sister company to NEXA. And they've agreed to certain NEXA requirements. 1, they're commission only. 2, they don't get a salary or draw or wage until they don't get paid until the file closes. You choose the processor. You can interview different people and choose the processor you feel the most comfortable with. The processor is going to call your clients and give them their cell phone number so that they're available to that client so that they create a relationship as well. But you're the loan officer, but the processor is also being right there for you so you can stay forward-facing, generating more loans.
Right. So again, the processor goes and collects all the conditions. They're US-based, and they must give out their cell phone, as Diane said.
Absolutely.
Oh, and then Box B.
Oh, correct. It's going to be in Box B, so again, no junk fees because it's a third-party processing fee.
Right. So with SMP, they do charge $795 per file. But by the way, you are not obligated to use SMP if you don't want to. You can bring your processor. They just have to sign a contract with NEXA, and basically that contract is to make sure that they stay in their lane, if you will, in processing, and that 6, 8, 9 months later, they're not trying to rewrite your loans because they've got somebody that's an originator in their shop. The benefits package. Because we are so large, because we have over 1,300 loan officers, we do have group medical, group dental, health savings accounts, group life insurance, and a 401k program.
Powerful. A lot of people need it.
You usually don't get that when you leave a bank and you come into a broker environment. Because we're so large, we do have that.
Mike and Matt have fought for that for us, which is really, really powerful for us as LOs to be able to appreciate that.
Yep. Which is part of the partner culture. We are treated as co-business owners by Mike and Matt. All decisions that influence us, from the rates that our preferred lenders give us to how much we want to get compensated, all of that is up to us. We vote on it and we go through that process. It's amazing. We've been promised by Mike and Matt that we will never become a mini correspondent, even though that would make them rich overnight. They're going to remain a pure broker for us, and everything will be done for and in behalf of the loan officer.
Right. Marketing and technology. 2020 Vision Your Success with Christine Beckwith. She has been an industry icon in the mortgage industry for over 30 years, successful in many aspects. She's been coaching Mike and Matt, the NEXA founders, for several years, and they made an agreement with her that they would get discounted rates for the rest of us loan officers to improve our skill set, to improve our marketing, to improve our lead generation, to improve our overall production. Extremely exciting program.
Right. UWM, one of our premier lenders, we have access to Blink and Brand 360, two marketing tools that UWM makes available for free to anybody that's with NEXA.
Right. NEXA University, as I said before, not only do we have regular classes with different lenders teaching information or different products, we also have the shared drive. Very useful. Available 24/7.
And then lead generation, oh my goodness, there are so many different programs within NEXA on where you can get lead generation. It's mind-boggling. It's just overwhelming how many people are out there trying to help you figure out how to get lead generation. But I think probably the most important, as we would all know, is just building those realtor relationships. And I know of 2 or 3 different programs where you can get realtors.
Leadership. In all of my work experience, all of my business experience, I don't think I've seen leaders like Mike and Matt.
And by the way, Diane and I were both Marine officers, so we've seen many leadership styles, and I have never seen what Mike and Matt call servant leadership.
Right.
They really do care about us. I've never been any place in the world where I've seen that. Basically, NEXA has flattened the traditional corporate hierarchy. Diane and I answer to Matt and Mike and Mike answer to us. That is it. It is a flat hierarchy. I don't have a manager or a local manager or a regional manager or a vice president. It goes Diane and I to Mike and Matt down to us. Again, my name is Eric Martineau. You can contact me here. That's my website. That's my email address and my cell phone number.
And I'm Diane Martineau. My contact information is there as well.
And we look forward to working with you. Thanks for watching.
See you soon.